In Jessie Willcox Smith's Study for a Portrait, a young girl with short blonde hair steps forward in a doorway, peering curiously behind a green arched door. Her elegant appearance reflects her parents' refined taste. She is dressed in a pristine white dress with long sleeves and a voluminous skirt paired with white socks and shoes. Smith's dramatic color contrast is on full display, juxtaposing her pale form with the darker green hues of the door and the vegetation behind her. The wisteria, with its lavender blue flowers, delicate leaves, and snaking vines, forms a canopy above her head, framing the figure within the composition. The green arched door was a recurrent motif in Willcox Smith's works, initially appearing in an illustration from The Child in the Garden, published in Scribner's in 1903. Smith as their next cover artist in an article from November 1917, alongside black and white pictures of some of her works, including Study for a Portrait. The article draws attention to Smith's vivid depiction of the child as making one long to reach out and touch her somewhere between neat white toes and drooping curls. During the early 1920s, she devoted much of her time to portrait painting. Study for a Portrait was likely painted in Westmount Airy, where Smith built a home called Cogshill, where her spacious studio faced one of the blossoming gardens. There, she focused on her various book and magazine projects and painted several children's portraits each year. In a productive year, Smith would paint more than a dozen portraits on commission. Her fees were quite substantial for the time: $500 for a bust portrait, $1,000 for a full-length portrait, and negotiable fees for portraits featuring multiple subjects. Andy Warhol was captivated by gender and sexuality, writing, "I'm fascinated by boys who spend their lives trying to be complete girls because they work so hard, double time, getting rid of all the telltale male signs and drawing in all the female signs." The painting, Ivette and Lurdes, is from one of Andy Warhol's largest, most ambitious, and lucrative series of paintings. Warhol took over 500 Polaroids of 14 drag queens recruited by his assistants at the Gilded Grape, a bar near Times Square and in the West Village. He produced some of his most painterly canvases and visually inventive prints from these Polaroids. The subjects are captured in sensual and brazen poses, elevated by Warhol to the status of celebrities, and presented as desirable subjects despite being marginalized. The project was commissioned by the Turin-based art dealer Luciano Anselmino, whom Warhol met through the gallerist Alexandra Aiolas. Anselmino coined the name of the series, which includes 268 paintings, approximately 65 drawings and collages, and a portfolio edition of 10 color screen prints. 9 models signed their street or drag names on at least one of the Polaroids during their sittings, including Ivette and Lurdes in January 1975. This work was originally given by Warhol to movie star Paulette, with whom he had been collaborating since 1974 on a memoir. Through this series, the counterculture celebrity from New York explored notions of sexuality, memorializing these drag queens in paint and print, and ensuring that they would not be erased from modern and contemporary history. In 1950, Fernand Léger wrote, "The plastic life, the picture, is made up of harmonious relationships among volumes, lines, and colors. These are the three forces that must govern works of art. If in organizing these three essential elements harmoniously, one finds that objects, elements of reality, can enter into the composition, it may be better and may give the work more richness." In Composition avec forme, jaune et rouge, the focus is on the floating abstract shapes central to the work. A red, amorphous shape outlined in black dominates the composition, positioned alongside an organic yellow form at the bottom, and a smaller black geometric shape in the upper right corner. Black rectangular shapes of various sizes punctuate the pale blue and white background. The interplay of line, form, and colors animates the configuration, creating a dynamic visual effect that vibrates with life. The Matarazzos were Brazilian philanthropists and collectors who helped establish 3 major cultural institutions in Sao Paulo. They collected modern art and acquired several works by Cubists, including Léger, Georges Braque, and Pablo Picasso. This gouache was later transformed into a print series of the same name. Cowley Abbott is pleased to offer these works in our live auction of select Masterworks of Canadian and international art on May the 28th.